What's up, YouTube? Kipper here, coming back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I take clones. So as you can see, we got the AC Infinity propagation dome. You guys see me use this dome quite a bit, whether I'm in seedling or cutting clones and trying to propagate them and get them to root. Keeps the environment perfect for me, and I really get good results both with seedlings and cloning. So I definitely recommend the AC Infinity propagation dome, but you can do it without it as well, as long as you have a light. But for me personally, that dome works wonders, honestly. So here we've got the IRE Maiden by Romulan Genetics, and we're going to be cutting the stem at a 45-degree angle on the bottom, and then using a clean razor blade to shave off the outer layer of the stem really lightly, just that outer layer. You don't want to cut it too deep. And we're going to be shaving it about an inch up from where we made that cut. Next, I'm going to be dipping the cutting into Clonex rooting gel. So just to where I shaved it, dip it into the Clonex. And then I'm going to be using a Root Riot plug and just plugging it right in. So if you guys are curious, I'm going to be putting every product that I use in this video in the description. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. So here, as you can see, the cell tray that comes with the AC Infinity Dome fits those Root Riot plugs perfectly. Now, one big thing is don't be too surprised if you see them look a bit sad for those first couple days. They will bounce back after just a few days. It's a pretty traumatic thing they're going through. They pretty much just got cut right off a plant. And for the next couple of weeks, they're going to be growing some roots. So here we've got the AC Infinity Mister. This is an automatic sprayer. Really does a great job at creating a fine mist. So I like to spray the leaves of the clones and the walls of the propagation dome just to keep it nice and humid. Keep in mind that the plants do not have any roots to uptake water. So one thing I like to do is just let them uptake water through the leaves. So once or twice a day, I'll mist those leaves, and I'll make sure I keep the vents open in the AC Infinity Dome. That way it doesn't get too wet in there. I'll also take a look at the Root Riot plugs. If they're starting to dry out at all, I will mist them as well. But as you can see here, our first sign at roots, this is about a week after we took the cuttings. We're off to a really good start here. So normally, one thing I'll do, a huge tip here, is to take more clones. Just take extras. If you plan on keeping one, maybe take 3. That's normally what I'll do. I'll take 3 from each plant, and then I'll just pick the best, healthiest clone. And one thing I like about that AC Infinity Dome compared to many others is there is a light intensity setting, so you can set the light's intensity. Clones do not need a lot of light, so I've been keeping the intensity at the setting 5. So 5 setting intensity, 24 hours a day. As you can see here, I'm just misting up that Root Riot cube. Felt a little bit dry. Just so you know, everything I've sprayed, only water. So just water, doesn't even need to be pH'd at this point. So at about a week and a half after taking those cuttings, as you can see, we got some really nice root growth here. These are ready to be transplanted into solo cups with some soil so that they can start getting some nutrients. Now, another tip is if you see the leaves starting to get discolored, especially if you're not feeding them anything, that's totally normal. That is the clone pulling nutrients out of the old growth in order to send them to the new growth. So if you see the leaves start to look deficient, that's actually a sign that the clone is growing. So one of the rare times seeing an unhealthy looking plant is actually a good thing, is with cloning. So we're just going to be placing the clone into the cup of soil and then using another cup to backfill it so that it's nice and even all the way to the top. And then once this plant is ready, it'll be transplanted into its final container. Now, the whole point of cloning really is to just preserve genetics. For anyone who doesn't know, the clone will smell, grow, look, and taste pretty much exactly like the parent that it was cut from. So just a really good way to keep plants alive. It's also really good for anyone who really can't afford to buy too many seeds. This is almost a free way to just keep growing. You know, you'll never have to grow seeds again if you really don't want to. But from this point, every time you see me watering the soil, it is pH'd. So once we're working with the microbes in the soil, we are going to be pHing that water. I like to pH it to 6.5.